All right, so let's start on the ground, and I want you to start with your blocks close by, and we'll lean back into the blocks at one point. So this should be, in a sense, on the outside edge of your arms. Then we'll move them to our back. So we'll do a reverse movement or a decline movement. So sitting back on the ground, having those blocks in place just for them to be ready to go. Doesn't particularly matter exactly where, because you'll just move them back into place anyway. And then sitting up nice and tall, let's just start with several deep breaths. Always finding that space to organize your breathing first. And allow your chest to expand, your rib cage to expand, kind of feel like you're growing tall through the crown of your head. If you want to close your eyes, do so. If it feels more comfortable to keep your eyes open and have a soft gaze. And as you breathe, just see where you could settle in. You need your hands in front of your knees. If that doesn't feel comfortable, find a space, of course, where you can kind of feel the most comfortable. And then begin to nod your head. Drop your chin almost or all the way to your sternum. And then look up and raise your head. So these muscles that connect really underneath the chin all the way into and around the collarbones. This main sheath right in front is called the platysma. And we get it tightened, especially when we look down a lot. So you can kind of feel that pulling against your collarbones. And then there's longer muscles in the back that really connect all the way down towards your lower back. One of them is called the erector spinae. And then there's also the multifidus. And these muscles kind of act as levers to balance out the movements of your head, back, shoulders, rib cage, all that. One more time, inhale, lift up, and then exhale down. And then let's roll back, grab those blocks, bring them in. They should kind of be long ways, and just lean back into them. See if you can keep the torso long, and we're going to change that position again. So we're just going to nod the head. Watch the shoulders not slumped in. Keep your chest up without your rib cage flared. So from your shoulders to your pelvis is relatively neutral. No tuck, heavy, or tilt in your pelvis. No drawing up with the shoulder blades. Two more. A little more challenging. And last one. Just that nice, easy nod of the head. Let's go all the way down. We'll take the blocks because we're going to put them underneath the hips in a second. All the way down to the back. And I just want you to, again, nod your head. So as you can, think of bringing your nose to your xiphoid process down at the base of your sternum, chin in. So you're not trying to bring your head to your knees. Sink your chin, bring your head up, and then look back, sink your chin and bring your head up. And then look back, two more, sink your chin and up. And then back one more time, sink your chin, look up, and then back. Let's just turn our head to the left and to the right a couple of times, just in case there's any tenderness in there. But changing the position, changing the direction of any movement of the head. Remember, the better the head moves, the neck and the shoulder, where there's not tension, the better the body in general is going to move. When the head is stiff, tight, stuffed, cramped, pulled, disconnected feeling, the rest of the body is going to feel the same way. Where the head goes, the body follows. Just sit there for a second. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. Exhale. Good. Grab your blocks. Let's bring the hips up onto the blocks. If you don't have to, it's no problem. Make sure that the blocks aren't past your pelvis, but they're level with that pelvis. We're going to start with a little tuck and a tilt. You may feel a little clicking in the pelvis, or maybe those the vertebra at the base of your lumbar spine. And then notice any pulling, inguinal joint, pelvic floor, and then pause. Just hold. Let's bring our right knee and left knee up. And then if you need to, you may want to scoot a little bit. So this time the block is a little bit higher, just so you don't get any pinching in the lower back. Just let the knees drop towards the chest. And just feel that weight of that body dropping in. Let's lower the left foot down. Hold under if you want into the right leg. Watch the tuck at this point. Retilt the pelvis and draw the right knee in. Exhale. Extend the right heel up. Notice I'm releasing my leg, so I'm not overholding my leg. Bend the right knee down. Let's bring the left knee in. Draw that left knee in again. Again, notice the pelvis. Are you tucked? Meaning your pelvis is slightly, tailbone is slightly lift up. Or can you level or tilt your pelvis on that block? The nice part about the blocks is that you can feel the tuck and the tilt very different than on a roller. Get long. And then again, extend that left leg. So you're pulling that muscle line from your head all the way up to your heel. And then bend the left knee. Let's bring the right knee back in again. Let's extend both legs to the sky. Bring your arms up, kind of like a very modified shoulder stand. Imagine holding the ceiling on your feet. It's a great reset for the nervous system, kind of turning the world upside down. And then bend your knees. Let's begin with some knee circles, hips going around. One nice thing when the hips are elevated and you're not just lying flat on the ground is your range of motion is just affected. The same with when we sit and try to do like stretches. Usually your range of motion is more limited when you're sitting. It's because of where the pelvis is, the shape of the hips having to come out of there. You change the angle at which you're rotating. And let's go the other direction. Circle those knees around. So this might be a very nice variation for you as far as just hip mobility. One more time, circle around and then back in. Good. Let's drop one foot at a time. Lift those hips up. Release the blocks from out from underneath you. Gently and slowly lower down. And you may feel kind of a feeling in the lower back from that extension, especially early on. Let's just tuck and tilt the pelvis. And then bring your knees into your chest, head to your knees, chin into your sternum. Take your arms out wide to a T, lay your head back. Let's drop both knees to one side. Drop that left shoulder back. Breathe from that left side to your right hip. But even feel your right hip to your left shoulder in that beautiful rotation around the midline. At the center, both knees from center. Nice, easy breath. Exhale, take both knees over to your left. Remember these spiral lines, rotation really matters. Most of our world is in flexion and extension, very little rotation, so it can get tender in any kind of rotated movements. The safety mechanisms of our body might turn on real quick when we do these. And then let's bring both knees back up. Good. Right knee comes into your chest. Just hold yourself up. Let's come into all fours. Hands and knees. Again, if you want to put your hands up on blocks to take any tension or load out, that's totally fine. Toes can be curled under or pointed back, you choose. And then let's work the pelvis, the spine, the head, and tuck and tilt. Moving the body through the cat stretch, inhaling, lift. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, round the back, just like we've been doing last couple of weeks, working that disassociation of hips and head. pulling that tailbone between the legs, drawing the belly into the body, not so much pushing down, but maintaining an even weight on hands, toes, and knees. Exhale, pull the belly in around the back, chin towards the sternum. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. One more time. Exhale, round the back, chin towards the sternum. Point the toes back if they're not already there. Get long from your hips to your hands. Inhale, look forward. Pull yourself up and in, and let's lay on our belly. Slide the heel of the hands back as far as it's comfortable, and just keep the head and chest up, kind of like a cricket. Breathing, lift that chest up, feel that stretch in the belly. You can do this in Sphinx pose as well. Breathing. Good. Take your left hand, place it underneath, and then lower your head down. Take your right hand and place it behind your back. Breathing. Nice, simple rotation. Kind of feel that S. Left hand, head. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring your head center. Bring your right hand underneath you. Bring your left hand to your back. Look towards your right hand. Exhale. Again, working, even though this is a spiral line motion. And then inhale, head is center, hands come back into neutral. Press yourself up, sit yourself back. And then let's come back into almost in all fours, and then roll yourself back into a squatted position. Nice option would be your blocks here. You can either hold yourself up, or you can keep your hands on the ground, and let's circle those knees around just like we did with our back on the ground. So notice this second position. If this is too deep for your knees, definitely use the option of a chair or standing and letting those knees, or maybe this is too much for your feet or your ankles. Two more. And last one. Turn the other direction. Make sure your feet are wide enough apart so you have space to go. Last one here. And then come down to the ground. Bring your hands down, kind of so your arms are in between those knees. Lift your hips up. Hands will be slightly out in front of you. Reset those hands to the pinky side of your feet. Let your head drop. Get long to the whole back line of that body. And then bring your hands up to your shins to the half lift. And then chin to the sternum. We're going to do that same kind of nodding your head. So think of being in an all fours position, like a cat pose. And we just nod the head. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. One more time. Head, chin towards the sternum. Keep that chin there. Roll the shoulders, bringing yourself upright. Bring your shoulders up, back, and around. And just stand for a moment. Palms can be turned forward. Eyes, head, and chest nice and level. And just kind of take notice of where your body is. Head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over heels. Do you feel any tilt in your pelvis? Do you feel your rib cage flaring? Can you draw your body to imaginary line, plumb line through the middle of the body? Taking your arms out wide to a T, feeling that tensional pull down your biceps, palms up. Exhale, palms in. Roll the wrists, reach your arms out and overhead reach. Exhale and down. Let's go up again, palms up. Kind of feel like you have a weight slightly in your hands as you pull the elbows slightly towards the rib cage. You can kind of feel that tensional pull across the biceps into the forearms, maybe thumb, index finger, palms together. Exhale, inhale, reach out and up. Exhale and down. And again, one more time, take your arms up, palms out. Reach this time your arms wide. Big deep breath. Exhale, palms in. Roll the arms, reach up. Exhale, take your hand, left hand behind your back, right hand behind your head. So you're not pushing your head forward. It's just nice and tall. Can you get that right shoulder open? Can you keep that left shoulder open as well? So it's really easy to just kind of let the back arm hug the body, but can you almost keep them off the body? Lift that chest up, body's nice and tall, chest is lifted, and then lengthen. Legs slightly back into your arm and breathe. Feel the belly expand, the rib cage enlargen. Take your right hand up and bring it back down, cross the back. Take your left hand behind your head and get long. Almost use your hand if you want for a little bit of traction. Pull it up against the back of the head. And just breathe. Again, you're not so much trying to press your hand into your head or your back. Big, long breaths. Think of the chest rising and falling. Even breathing to feel the rib cage that's around and under the armpit. One more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Take your right hand back and put your right hand behind your head. You can either stack your hands or interlace lightly. Take the thumbs down underneath the base of the skull and kind of draw the neck off of the shoulders, draw the head off of the neck. Big deep breath. One more breath. Nice, long, slow, and deep inhale. And exhale. Take your hands back. Let's do both hands to the small of the back now. Bring your hands up. Bring your hands back, chin, chest up. Lift that chin, feel that length at the front of the body. Sink the sternum, sink to the sternum. Inhale, lift. Exhale. You might notice how your shoulders even slightly change position when you do this. They may feel like they roll forward as you come forward. Try to avoid that. And then chin towards your sternum. One more time. Chin up. And chin down. Release the arms. Just roll the shoulders up, back, and around. Breathe. Do two more. Think of inhaling as you roll up. Exhaling down. Last one. Inhaling up. Exhale and down. Take your arms up, overhead reach. Bend the knees slightly, dive forward. Hands to the ground. In front of or just to the outside of your pinky toes. Chin into your sternum. Inhale, look forward. Step back into a lunge with your left foot. Body's nice and tall, chest is lifted. If you need the blocks, get the blocks. Lift your left heel more as you drop your left knee in. Your weight moved towards your right leg and then reach upward out of the base of the movement. Breathe and get long. Fully extend those elbows. Pull that right hip back slightly. Exhale, circle around. Hands are slightly in front. Left knee lifts. Left foot steps up, head down. Inhale, look forward. Right leg steps back. Get long. Kind of lift your weight out of your back heel as you drop your right knee in. Get long here. Reach up. If you're coming out of the base of the body, not just the ribs or the hips, breathe. Exhale, circle those arms back around. Lift the right knee up. Let's go sideways, the long edge of your mat. Head down, chin in. Again, you can always have your block in front if you don't want to go as low, or maybe that's not available to you. Bend your right knee as you can, get as low as you can, even if you have to bring your right heel off the ground. Lift the left, roll the left hip. Head is center, drop, come back to the midline, exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, drop over to your right, go as low as you can. Again, even if you have to come out of the heel, look over to your right. Lower your foot, bring yourself back to center, head down, chin in, lift that tailbone. Again, bend your right knee, get low, but not as low this time. Move the block if you need to, and take your right hand skyward. Two more big breaths. And then lower down. Let's slide ourselves over to the left side, breathing. And then take your left arm up. Keeping that left knee level. Watch the right foot that doesn't roll in. Open up those toes. Exhale, left hand down. Walk yourself back to center. Inhale, lift to lengthen. Toe, heel back to about center position. Hands to your knees. And then sweep yourself up again. Exhale through. Turn to the long edge of your mat, short edge of your mat. Inhale, take those arms up and over your head. Exhale, dive. Inhale, step back into push-up position. Immediately drop to your knees if you need to, and then come into a downward facing dog. Remember, downward facing dog can also be done toes, knees. It's just your head is long. Your hands to your hips, to your heels can be elongated here, or it can be more bent here. I mean, the perfect purpose for the downward facing dog is to ease the entire back line. But if there's difficulty with wrists or shoulders, just take it easy on yourself then. Bend your knees, and then let's walk the feet back up to the hands. Head down, chin in. Inhale, sweep up. Exhaling through. Once more, circle all the way up, right back through what we just did. Hands down, step back, either all the way to plank or hands and knees. Downward facing dog. And once again, inhale. Walk your feet up to your hands, head down, chin in. Scoop yourself up. Circle that right arm under, both arms up, lift up, warrior two. Reach back through that left arm, straighten your right, reach forward and triangle. Circle that left arm around, both arms come up for warrior one. Circle both arms around, Step your left leg forward, reach up with your right. Exhale and down. Just pause for standing for a moment. Inhale, sweep up. Take your right hand through or hands down through the middle. Right leg steps back. Breathe. Take your left arm up and around. Right hand to your knee. Rotate towards the back leg. Inhale, circle that back arm around. Come into your warrior two. Breathing, readjust your back leg as you need. Straighten up your left leg, reach and tilt over. Right arm is up. Watch that back foot doesn't cave in. Reach skyward with your hip and your right hand. Inhale, look down, circle around, warrior one. Straighten up that back leg, lift that chest. Circle both arms around, back heel lifts, step forward, exhale down. Just standing nice and tall. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive. Hands to the ground, all fours. Sink your weight back, separate the knees, arms out. Nice long child's pose. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up. And let's swing our legs back to the front. Just kind of how we can. Lots to either side, just to prepare. Body's nice and tall, chest is lifted. Hands to the fronts of your shins. Big deep breath. Bring your arms out and let's roll ourselves all the way back to the ground. Just settle back into the floor. Let's go back into that tuck and tilt with the pelvis. Now, whether we know it or not, whatever we do during this time of year, there's a lot going on for you, for the people around you. Memories, thoughts, plans, things to get done, things to let go of. Pause, release that pelvis. Big breaths through the rib wall, almost like you're doing a tuck and tilt just for the rib cage. Expand and lower. Inhale. Big deep breath. Expand. The lower part of your rib should be coming off the ground. Exhale. Again, inhale. And so sometimes we don't necessarily get feeling that we're stressed, or sometimes we do for that matter. But remember, just even that stress that's around us, or that need, or that disconnection around you from other people can be part of your own process too sometimes. Throw you off, it can make you more susceptible to pain or to frustration or to other resentments or issues. It can also make us disconnect, depressed, not following through with our own plans. And then just draw your chin to your sternum. Exhale, bring your head up. Hold your head with your hand. Either hand doesn't particularly matter. And then lay your head right back down. So take care of the movements of your body. Take care of
how your body's restoring, how your body's connecting. Even if you're going through something right now, physically, mentally, spiritually, your body is in the need to recenter. Go back to reading, go back to writing, go back to doing the things that you know that are settling, or that someone has even suggested are settling. Let the knees drop, take the blocks, place them behind both knees. Take your arms up as it's comfortable, kind of like a cactus. You know, this is the beginning of your day. Take this couple of next breaths to just be grateful, thankful, and be aware. Bring your knees up, feet level. Remove those blocks if you'd like. One arm goes up and overhead, roll to that side, lay on your side. Take a deep breath in again. Release. With your top hand, press in and bring yourself upright. Let those arms rest against your knees. Sit as it's comfortable for you. Again, now notice the crown of the head moving away from the shoulders, away from the hips. Hopefully feels a little bit more space. Bring your palms to your center. Let your chin drop to your sternum. Reach your arms up. Take your arms wide, both fingertips to the ground, slide one side out, look up. Take the opposite arm overhead, no real weight in the lower arm. Inhale up, switch to the other side, low, light hand on the ground. Inhale up, take your top arm behind, gentle rotation. Inhale, look to center. Take your front hand behind, back hand to your front. And inhale, second. Take both arms up, reach, and exhale through. One more time. Release to reach, and exhale through.